In the last few years, we've seen a number of companies going down because of maybe governance issues and maybe because of they were not able to strategize well. And but most of these companies had very good knowledge management practices. So, what would you feel is the role that knowledge management should have played or could have played?
Yes, I think that's an issue that's in this third era that I talk about sometimes. I think in knowledge management, we have limited ourselves to thinking about tactical issues, to think about how-to issues. And we have not really focused on the very complex issues that organizations are dealing with. But those issues, like the issues of strategy, are also knowledge issues. After all, strategy is simply people in the organization thinking about what should we do differently, and that's a knowledge issue. So I think what we need to do in organizations is that knowledge management needs to, first of all, work at a higher level in the organization. It needs to help the top of the organization think about issues. But even more importantly, it needs to bring together the people of the organization to use their knowledge. I'll just give a couple of examples. The NASA issue when the Challenger exploded as it was coming back to Earth because the tiles had been missing. If we look at, there was a very big investigation about NASA and why that happened. And it became very clear as the government investigated that issue that the knowledge to have prevented that from happening was in the organization. People in NASA knew enough knowledge to prevent that from happening. But there was no way to bring it together. There was no way for knowledge management to say, let's think together about this. But that is a knowledge management task. A similar issue, I think, happened at General Motors when there was a very good knowledge management program, but it did not help it did not help General Motors when it came to the very big strategic issue that was involved in the bankruptcy they went to. But there were people at that point in General Motors that knew things were going wrong. If they could have brought that knowledge together and used what I think of as collective sense-making, that problem could very possibly have been taken care of and not happened.